Okay, YouTube, let's get right into it. We're here to talk about decks and what I look for when I'm doing a deck inspection. So let's get right into it. Let me first of all show you what we use down here in Georgia. Sit right there, and it's online. This is kind of the guide that a lot of jurisdictions down here in Georgia are using. Some have chose not to adopt this particular code. A lot of jurisdictions have. I'll leave a link. You guys can go online and check it out here. It kind of goes through and gives you required footing sizes, spans, deck posts. It talks about guardrail, handrail. Like I said, a lot of jurisdictions down here in Georgia have adopted it. Some, for whatever reason, chose not to. I use it on my inspections. Like I said, it's pretty good. I'll leave a link to show you so you can go online and check it out yourself. But let's get right into it. Hello, I'll leave that in the kitchen. Let's talk about the guardrail. Guardrail. That's what you're looking at now, the guardrail. Guardrail should have 4x4 posts. That's these things right here. 4x4, minimum 4x4, and they should be bolted to the beam. Max 6 feet between each post. You could have a 6x6 post, and you can notch a 6x6 post. A lot of people use 6x6 post. You can notch a 6x6 post. You cannot notch a 4x4 post. You could run it through the decking here, as opposed to bolting it on the outside of the beam. You just run it right through. Makes your area a little smaller, but you can bolt it on the inside. You can bolt it on the outside. Pickets right here are balusters. Some people call them balusters, some people pickets. The distance between each picket or ballast can't be larger than 4 inches. Any opening on a guardrail, deck rail, can't be larger than 4 inches. So I go through and check all of those, check everything there. And decking. Your decking, we need a minimum 1/8 of an inch gap between each piece to allow for drainage, rain, storms, allow water to drain right through. Also look for flashing. You attach a deck to a house, it needs to be flashed. You really can't see it here because of the hardy plank, but we'll be able to see it when we go down below this house. This is a brand new house I'm doing the final on. It's a basement lot, so we'll go down the basement. I'll let you see it there. We'll talk a little more about it then. So let's see. Do I want to go down here? Or let's go down here. Let's talk about handrail. Handrail, graspable handrail is required on at least one side. Graspable. You got to be able to grab it, and it has to terminate back into the guardrail. You have to be able to grab it. Going down the stairs and you're tripping or falling, you want to be able to grab onto something. A lot of people can't grab onto a 2x6, so graspable handrail required on at least one side. Let's walk on down here. We got your concrete landing pad here. They have chose to leave out that last riser and tread. That's something I dinged them on. But your concrete landing pad, and you can use pavers, you can use gravel. You just can't come down on grade and dirt, grass. So landing pad, it must be the width of the stairs, as you can see, and it's got to be a minimum 3 feet from the last riser out. So that pad, and like I said, they missed that last riser and tread, but when they come back to put that in, it's got to be a minimum 3 feet to the edge, the end of that pad. Let's walk around. We got the stair post. They're all 4x4. Everything is bolted, bolts. Not nails, not screws, bolts with a washer. Bolts with a washer and a nut. There you go. Everything's bolted, bolts. These balusters are pickets, baluster pickets. They have to have a minimum 2 nails top and bottom. 2 nails top and bottom, or 1 screw top and bottom. So you can do 2 nails top and bottom or 1 screw, and it's got to be attached to the stair stringer. These are stair stringers here. Got four stair stringers, and it is attached with a stair stringer hanger. And I'll zoom in on that. You see that? Those are stair stringer hangers. Okay, let's zoom back out here. Let's move on. Let's talk about the post. Post, minimum 6x6. In some cases, you can use a 4x4 depending on the span, and that's all in that guide that I showed you earlier. But minimum, I like 6x6. I've done decks, guys are using 8x8, which is even better. I like 6x6 post, and everything's bolted. As you can see, it's bolted to the beam. Oops, wrong way. Take it back. It's bolts. Everything's bolts. Everything's bolted, and like I said, you can notch a 6x6. Let me get you back out here. I'm trying to operate this camera and show you all at the same time. I wish I had somebody to hold the camera for me, but that 6x6 is notched and bolted. Now there are a couple other ways you can do that, and everything is in that document that I showed you. But I like the notch, when they notch the 6x6 and they bolt with 2 1/2-inch bolts. I'm trying to zoom in on here. Notched and bolted. There you go. That's a good one right there. 2 1/2-inch bolts. Okay, let's zoom back out. And we got diagonal bracing. You see that? Those 2x4s on an angle, diagonal bracing. Attached to the post, to the beam. Post to beam, post to beam. All with 1/2-inch bolt and a washer. Diagonal bracing is required. It's needed to keep the deck stable. Keep it stable during high wind situations, any type of storms. It keeps the deck stable, and even the stairs are braced as well. It's diagonal bracing there as well, as you can see. Ledger board. The house is attached with 1/2-inch bolts. Everything's bolts, man. No nails. We don't do nails unless you're doing a standalone deck. I'll do another blog about standalone decks. This one is attached to the house. Everything's bolted. 1/2-inch bolts. We got 4 on the ends. It's probably kind of hard to see that. I hope you can see that back. 4 on the ends, and then we have them staggered up and down. 1/2-inch bolts, washer, and a nut, and they're staggered all the way down to the end. Then we have another 4, maybe kind of hard to see, but another 4 on the end. And we have the joist hangers, and as you can see, the flashing joist hangers, flashing. And let's see, I'm just going to take you on the inside here. But everything's bolt, no nails, everything's bolts, bolts, bolts. We bolt post, the stair post, guardrail post, diagonal bracing bolted. No nails in this situation. The stronger the better when it comes to these decks, because a lot of people tend to have these big, huge parties. You have a lot of people out on the deck, and if you're not careful, things will happen. So let me take you. This is and it's dark in here. Let me turn the light on here. Okay, this is the basement here, and let's see, everything's bolted. As you can see, let me see here. If I can zoom in on this. Bolts. Hope you guys can see that. Bolts. There's the 4 bolts there. 1/2 inch bolts, nut, washer on each side. And this is what I look for. It's all in that code, that deck detail. It's a prescriptive deck detail is what it is. Like I said, Georgia adopted that probably about 10 years ago. Some jurisdictions chose to adopt it. Some didn't. I still use it when I do a deck inspection. It's pretty thorough piece of equipment, piece of information. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me take you back upstairs. We're gonna walk up here. Missing that last tread and riser. Let me take you back up. I see a lot. Let's go over. I see a lot of decks with the riser missing. You have to, any opening, like I said earlier, you can't have an opening larger than 4 inches. So if this riser, I see a lot of decks like that, and if that opening is larger than 4 inches, then we need to get a 2x6 or 2x4 to enclose that, to cover that. On these decks, you can have an opening larger than 4 inches. And it's kind of what I look for when I'm looking for a deck. This is I've dinged them on a couple of things, but like this picket is loose. That's got to be attached. They missed that last tread and riser down the bottom. It's a well-built deck. They use the 4x4 guard post, 6x6 post, and everything's bolted. And that's what you want when you're building these. No nails, no lag screws. You want everything to be bolted with 2 washers and a nut. I don't know why I'm out of breath. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you got any questions, comments, I'll leave that link for this document, for this pretty thorough piece of, where is it? There it is. It's pretty thorough. That's what we use. That's what I use when I'm doing a deck inspection. And it goes through it. Very, very thorough, very, very detailed. Talks about everything. Joist spans, footings, post. It's pretty detailed. But these are the things I look for. If you have any questions, comments, as always, hit me up down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I am out of here. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.